we're all about working with your gut, not forcing your gut to do something, right? And so many times probiotics, for at least a majority of since they've been out, and this isn't true for all probiotics, but many of the ones you see over the counter and that you find at your local store are just there to like dump all these probiotics in your gut and just say, here, take all this and do something with it. Now, whether your gut actually does something with it is totally questionable, right? We don't know if that pro in probiotic is actually happening, right? But what's really cool is we've learned about prebiotics, where it is the food for your gut microbes. And you can, again, with great inputs, right? You're going to probably have great outputs, right? That means supporting those microbes, and then those microbes make postbiotics. So I want you all to focus more on prebiotics and postbiotics rather than probiotics. Okay, so it's very important to understand that. And what are prebiotics? Plant foods for the most part, right? Eat your plants. It goes back to not being the majority of Americans or people in first world countries who are not getting enough fiber, right? You want to get enough fiber. That is the fuel to make your own probiotics. Would you rather buy a $30, $50, or $100 probiotic capsule, or make your own in your gut and get them from your food and your environment? I know which one I'm choosing. So, however, and then you can give the other side to that coin as well.
Sometimes they're warranted and sometimes they're indicated. I recommend them sometimes if it's appropriate. But you also want to think of it this way. I heard this analogy, which I really liked, is probiotics are kind of like a tourist who's coming. They stimulate the local economy while they're there. But once they leave, their money goes with them. So rather than depending on tourism and just hoping that it'll work and that the tourists will stay around or do good in your gut, it's best to kind of invest in the people, the residents who live in your country or in your state, in that local economy.
Actually, in your universe. It's a massive universe inside of you. So stimulate that universe.
Stimulate that. Try food-based probiotics. So try fermented and probiotic-rich foods first. If you do take a probiotic, reflect and ask yourself, do I feel benefit? Someone saying they noticed that their skin was glowing when they were taking a certain type of probiotic. And so that absolutely can be true. You can see benefits from it. If you're like, oh my gosh, my stool looks amazing when I'm on this probiotic, it might be doing good for you. But if you're like, I'm taking it, and not only do I not feel anything good, I feel worse. I'm more bloated. I'm more tired. I have brain fog. Stop taking that probiotic. You probably don't need it. So start with food first. That's always our recommendation with everything. But start with the probiotic foods first. And then from there, try to be very specific with what type of probiotic you are taking. Because usually when I recommend them, it's like one strain, maybe 2 at a time. It's usually not a huge variety of strains. And I know that sounds good to us as consumers of like, oh, there are 200 billion colony forming units of these 14 strains. That might overwhelm your gut. That actually might do more harm than good for you. So start with food first.